Kevin, how are you doing this morning?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Doing very well, thank you. Thanks so much for taking the time. I certainly appreciate it.
Problem.
You got some exciting stuff going on.
You bet.
Yeah, creating a stir in the marketplace.
A little bit, yes.
You and the Koodo are taking storm.
Yeah, I think so far, they've gone over fairly well, which is good.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So I'd just like to ask you a few questions. Well, specifically, how does Koodo Mobile stand apart from its competition?
Well, I think that we really, when we developed Koodo, when I started this late 2006, we went and started talking to Canadians about what is it they really wanted from their cell phone. And a large number, more than we probably expected when we went into this, we just kept saying, all I care about really is talk and text. I want a phone that works, because I want to use it a lot. And I just want to focus on talk and text and get rid of all this other, stuff on the phone. And so we really went back to trying to make, what we see a smart, affordable alternative that's really focused on talk and text, gets rid of a lot of the complications that exist, and in doing so, lower our cost structure, which allows us to give a much more affordable rate to Canadians. So I think it's really different in the fact that everyone else in the market is trying to pitch some new, gadget, and the stuff we're calling it the mobile mail. It's the stuff that sounds really good, but you don't really. And in doing that, we've simplified the offering. We're focused on giving simple, affordable value and flexibility.
And that certainly shows with the three models of phones you have. Is there any reason behind only having three different phones?
I don't know if 3 is the number we want to stay on, but we don't want a lot. I would say that our focus is on getting good, popular devices.
Yeah.
Devices that people will feel very comfortable carrying around. You'll probably never see us with a niche type device. We're just looking for good phones because I think that, there's a lot of folks out there that really, really care about the phone and they want the latest and greatest, and that's fine. There's tons of the other carriers are offering those options. Mm-hmm. We are looking to give really good rates and attractive rates and simple, flexible plans. And we just want to make sure that we give people a good phone, one that they're very comfortable using, one that they're not ashamed to be carrying around.
Yeah, okay.
And that's really our handset strategy. So for us, it's definitely handsets come second, where I would say the majority of the carriers focus on handsets first.
Yeah. From what I understood at the original start, you were looking to target just the youth market, but now listening to what you're saying, you're targeting more than just the youth market. You're going after people who just want just as you said, a smart, affordable phone at a good price.
Exactly. Now, that said, I think that the young adult would be our bullseye, call it, group, which a lot of people find counterintuitive given our strategy. But I think that if you actually talk to a lot of young adults, there's a group, they're always looking for the latest, greatest gadget. But there's another group that they want to use the phone and they want to use it a lot. They'd rather have just a cell phone than having a home phone.
Yes.
Really looking for affordability, and they're willing to trade off having that latest and greatest device. I kind of look at it as, hey, we'd all love to drive around a BMW or whatever, but there's a lot of us that are quite smart and savvy enough to know that, hey, I need a good car that's going to get me from point A to point B.
Yeah, exactly. And you also make it really affordable with the, as you call it, the Koodo Tab as well. So you give people the option to purchase a phone too.
Exactly, and I think that's the view of flexibility.
Yeah.
The young adult crowd especially, is really seeking flexibility.
Yeah.
3-year contracts, who knows what's going to happen in 3 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
And locking in for 3 years just didn't seem to fit with that group, especially. We give them the flexibility of the Koodo Tab to get a great, get a good phone at a great price, but have the flexibility to change not only on the phone side, but even on the rate side.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've made our plans in a way that you can, on your own, upgrade, downgrade, change your rate plan however you want for no charge online. Try taking a feature off with any of the other carriers, and you'll probably find that you have to call into the call center to do it, and they'll give you a hard time about it.
And then they'll charge you.
For us, we wanted to give that flexibility, and that's a lot of what the young adult crowd is looking for is, things are going to change, especially, as you're starting out your professional career and things like that, or into university. Your summer months may be different than while you're in school. And we wanted to give folks the option to, get rid of their home phone as well. Yeah. So we created the all-you-need combo, which, based on our research, is going to supply enough minutes for 90-95% of the crowd. And tied to that, the best wireless long-distance rates in Canada that are easily comparable to any of the major landline providers. And you've got a true home phone replacement that's definitely going to save you money from getting a home phone and a wireless at the same time.
Which gives people exactly what they want in the marketplace, because more and more people are getting rid of their home phone because the rates are so much better as well.
Exactly.
Speaking of flexibility, what's behind the Koodo sizers?
Well, I think that for us, it was, when we focused on this and really focusing on just talk and text and making our service more affordable by eliminating a lot of these excesses, we focused on a term that seemed to resonate that, as soon as you say it, people kind of get what you're offering, which was fat-free mobility. Mm-hmm. You say it and people kind of understand where you're coming from. Yeah,
true.
So we took that stance, and then the question came of how do we get across the message of fat-free mobility in a way that is going to stand out a little bit. I think that, people underestimate the fact that there are 24 wireless brands, I think, across Canada, and that a lot of the carriers spend a lot of money on advertising. So you want something that's easily going to be recognized and is going to grab attention. And what's more fun than making fun of the 80s workout craze? So we went with more of a spoof. And I think just, part of our philosophy is being straightforward, transparent, and refreshing is, look, the cell phone doesn't have to be rocket science. You shouldn't need to get out a spreadsheet to figure out how to get the best deal for you. I think a lot of the carriers take themselves a little too seriously sometimes, and we wanted to have a little bit of fun with it. So that's really what the Koodo sizers are about, is just introducing a simple, straightforward alternative in a fun, refreshing way.
And what does the name mean?
The name doesn't really mean anything specifically. I think that when we were coming up with a name, we wanted something that was different and fit the brand and was catchy. In English, you can say it's kind of got a double meaning of kudos. Mm-hmm. Kudos to you for making a good choice. Mm-hmm. But all in all, we just wanted a name that we could own, that was something we could give meaning to over time, and that was really just fun to say, fun to read.
One last question, any insight into any future devices?
Can't give you details for competitive reasons, but we will be, our goal, whether we'll achieve that in our first year or not is to be seen, would be to have one new device per quarter.
Okay.
We'd always want to have kind of in the 8 to 10 different SKUs in our lineup. Mm-hmm. But that, those things may change over time, but that's kind of our outlook and goal. So you'd be expecting probably a new device come sometime this summer, and then probably one more back to school Q4 time frame.
Beautiful.
But like I said, there are probably not going to be any devices that you haven't already seen in market somewhere.
Okay.
Because it's just not in our strategy to lead with devices. We'll be following on the device portfolio.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time, Kevin. We really appreciate it.
No problem.
Have a great day.
Excellent. Have a good day.
Thanks. You too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.